let's welcome to podcast number 3.
Welcome.
Yeah. The Journey HQ podcast is what we're calling it. And you're listening along with Russell right here. And I am Chase. And what are we going to talk about today, Russell?
The goings-on of our day-to-day activities.
Yeah, so we had a great weekend. We went to C10 Nationals up in Fort Worth at Texas Motor Speedway. And that was one of the first car show. It's been a long time since I've been to a big car show like that.
Me too. My brain has been nonstop ever since.
Just ideas, building trucks in your brain.
Building trucks in my brain. Ideas for trucks. I mean, they all are so nice.
I got a lot of inspiration for the brown truck.
Mm-hmm.
Because that yellow level 7 truck it's amazing, but that's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of money put in that truck.
That truck only appears to be modified a little bit from the outside, but what's underneath and inside that truck is very nice.
It's crazy.
Very nice.
They spend a lot of time, a lot of effort.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go on YouTube and check out their YouTube channel, they've changed it quite a bit.
Really?
I mean, it doesn't just stay the same. They're always evolving on that truck. Like, they've got cab mounts that they built. Like, they made billet cab mounts, so they're not rubber anymore. Mm-hmm. That way they can have a good platform for their roll cage and no body roll. So, and then they've changed the suspension up, I believe, a couple times too.
It'd be really fun to have one of those Optima Series trucks or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What do they call that little race?
It is the Optima Series race.
But what do they call that challenge if it's not Optima?
Autocross?
Autocross. There we go. It'd be cool to have one, but the nonstop work of having a race car, because that's what you have at that point is a race car.
Oh, yeah.
You are constantly needing to make changes and adjustments and rethink things, and that's the part of the headache that...
And stuff breaks all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was watching some of his videos on YouTube, and they were, like, saying, like, they almost wrecked. He would have wrecked if he would have kept going because there was something to do with the front suspension. It was about to mess up.
I just enjoy... I want a vehicle like that I could go out there and do that in, and... I can't go to that level.
No, that's how I want to build the brown truck. I want to build it with the 6.2 LT, 8-speed automatic, because that's what we've got. And then we're going to just do like QA1 suspension on it. So it's got a good, updated suspension. We'll put some bigger brakes on it, and it'll have air conditioner. It'll be nice.
How much is the QA1? Like, they're nice kit.
I want to say you're going to spend about $5 to $6.
So I was doing some digging, and there are a couple of different companies that actually sell the C10 Corvette suspension, the whole kit, bolt in.
How much was that?
$5 to $7.
So what would be the benefit of going with your Corvette? Because are you getting your brakes and everything off a Corvette?
Mm-hmm. Well, at that point, you're going to be buying brakes.
Yeah.
You're going to be buying...
some 6 pistons or
what's that brand?
Wheelwood?
Bear? I drew a blank. I don't know. It just seemed like everybody was going the Corvette route. Was based on the Corvette.
Gotcha.
Stuff. I don't know. I'm not in that world.
I have no idea either. It just looks fun. I just want a good platform that is good for the street, good running around town, And then if you want to, like you said, go to the track.
Right. And you're not going to be, event. You might not be competitive with those guys, but you'd be better than a normal truck for sure.
Yeah. So just a few upgrades that make it, autocrossable. I mean, there was a guy out there in a factory,
I saw several factory trucks out there. Like, it was scary, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to flip them.
I wouldn't be doing that with a big, tall truck.
Mm-mm. It doesn't look like they're going that fast until you watch a level 7 truck go through a corner, and then you watch a factory full-size truck go through the corner and see the difference in how those trucks react in that
rolling,
corner.
Their
I mean,
body roll is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yeah, just having a lower platform, you know, real low static drop, you know, awesome platform that we can just enjoy.
Yeah, and they look so tough.
Yeah,
Man.
I love the, that's another thing. I want the design. Like, that's
Right.
the style I want that truck to look like, but it'd be, you know, it'd be nice on the inside. Something that you can just, you and your wife can jump in.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, I do want a 5-point harness in it. So, build a little roll cage in the back.
You want a little wing on the back and a little diffuser on the front. And
I'm thinking about louvers on the hood.
louvers, huh? Just like it?
Not just like that one, but some louvers on the hood. And hood pins, but not hood pins, but like the newer style.
The clasps,
Yep,
you see those? You push down.
It's like what Cody has on his Camaro.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. I don't know what else I want to do. But it's going to stay the patina. So it's going to be like, looks okay.
Yeah, but that truck's going to polish up nice.
Oh, yeah, that truck will look good.
It doesn't have much body damage. Scratches are minimum.
Yeah.
It's gonna polish up.
It's got
real
a couple
nice.
dents that we can fix.
Yeah, we can get them pushed out.
Yeah.
It'll look nice.
Cool. So there was a lot of autocross trucks. There was a guy there with the OBS one.
Oh, yeah. What was the name of that shop? I don't remember.
I don't either, but he had it was OBS race, like OBS racing or something.
And he was like budget style, and he was only a second off from the level 7
Yeah, I don't think he could race in the same class.
because he didn't have a cage, he didn't have a fuel cell,
He didn't have a dash.
Yeah,
The level 7 guys were telling me that the way they have it is set up, it's all like it's street legal.
yeah. They got to have an air conditioner, or they get points for each added feature they
Carpet.
have. Dash, carpet, air conditioner, power steering, all that stuff.
Oh yeah. So
But that truck, that OBS,
was fast.
it was fast.
I think the level 7 ran a 20
I think his best time was like 28.6 or
something like that.
and that guy was running 29 something,
30. Yeah, he was right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's still fast.
Yes, around that track.
And it looked fun.
Yes.
That's the thing, is it looked fun.
It does look fun. Even if you're not going fast, it looks fun. Mm-hmm. And then I watched some more videos on level 7. Keep talking about level 7 because they just had an awesome truck.
Both that other C10, the gray one, it was.
How fast was that? I didn't even get.
I didn't get to see it go, but from outside appearances, I didn't realize a few things about that truck until I got closer. But the dash, the door panels, the front fenders, the hood, the cowl, the grill, the core support, they were all carbon fiber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was carbon fibered out.
That is impressive.
It's impressive, but why? Like, what was the times on it versus the yellow truck?
I don't know.
I didn't pay much attention.
I don't know.
I think the yellow truck won.
Did it?
I believe so because I saw him up on stage getting an award. So that was cool.
It was a nice truck.
Oh yeah,
They're both nice truck. And there was that truck across the way, the black.
the black one. Yeah, we got footage of that one.
It was a super nice truck too. Looked like they were having some issues. They were working on it a little bit.
Oh really? That's the thing with the race car.
I know, and I want to build something once.
Yeah, I don't want to have to keep rebuilding and rebuilding. I just want to jump in it and enjoy it and drive it.
Yeah, like Billy does dirt track racing, and every weekend they tear stuff up.
They're rebuilding.
And they're rebuilding it for the next weekend.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
Yeah, that
It's
doesn't
a
sound.
trap.
It's a trap. That's on Star Wars.
I was thinking Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
There was a lot of nice show trucks too.
I enjoy the show
The
truck.
show trucks there was a lot of them. You had from mild to wild, dude. They were.
And the cool thing about this era of C10 show trucks and like classic show trucks or classic trucks in general is they don't have to have $10,000 paint jobs.
No.
Those cleaned up, restored patina trucks that just were taken care of by the previous owner, and now you've done a couple things to them. They look really nice. I
love patinas because if you have a nice paint job, you got to worry about that sucker. Whenever you go out, you worried about parking next to somebody and they're going to door ding you and they're going to somebody's going to scratch it or you're going to.
What I like about the patina, I hate even saying patina over and over again. The word drives me crazy. The survivor. I'm going to call them survivors.
Okay.
No two are the same.
No.
Like, they don't wear the same. They don't age the same. Like, this lady parked it in her garage and the tail end of the truck was hanging out all the time. So the sun wore out that part of the truck more. And that gives it uniqueness. And that's what I like. I like things that stand apart from everything else. So those Survivors look, every one of them's different.
They are.
And that's what I like about them. And, you know, then you're just styling cues to make them nicer trucks. You're still resto modding them without paint and body work.
Just like the white truck we're building. I mean, it's got some cool markings on it because it looks like they ran into some barbed wire at some point. So that looks cool on the side. There was probably, like, on the bed rails, or all around the bed rails, where they probably used to pull stuff in and out because it was a Parks and Rec truck. It was actually a Dallas County truck. And so they were probably pulling chains out or doing something and making wear marks on the paint. So there's all sorts of different markings on it.
Yeah, and just doing, I say small things because engine swaps and in brand new interiors and frame restorations are not small things, but it takes that.
It's the little things
Yes.
that make a difference, because if you take the time, like we did on the white truck, and pull the body off and clean the frame completely and paint it, sand it, paint it, it makes the world of difference when you go to look at that truck.
Yeah, it does. And it also, we redid all the suspension and everything. So it's going to be it's basically a new platform underneath that old body.
It's like going and buying a factory truck pretty much and having updated parts, you know.
Yep.
We do have to drop it again.
Because it's not low. And then after this weekend, nothing's low enough in the shop.
No. Well,
The 54 is low.
it's pretty low. It's not touching the rockers, but I didn't want it to.
Yeah. It's low enough.
Yeah.
But the square body's all, now you have a new perspective on height. They look
I want low.
low. I love it.
All the way
low.
on the ground, like where you can barely get into the shop.
Yeah.
We'll have to put some like ramps in some certain spots.
You think?
No, I'm just playing.
I don't want it that low.
That's pretty low.
I want my Camaro that low. Just uncomfortably low.
We gotta drop old Mac.
We do have a long bed that we've had for a while, and then after this weekend there was some clean long beds.
Oh,
there.
I love long beds, dude.
And this is a clean truck to start with, you know, so
It won't take much.
no, some wheels and a slam and a little polishing here and there, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be a super cool
Yeah, it'll be a cool
run
truck.
around truck.
Should we put the EFI on that?
I don't know.
Carburetor's working pretty decent. Pretty good.
Yeah. Do you trust it to drive
No.
to Dallas?
No, let's get that EFI.
Let's just get it doing everything else first, and
Then we put the
then
EFI
we'll
on.
put the
Yeah, we
EFI
make
on.
it good running around. We'll get the air conditioner going. We'll get the
Just get it cleaned up, get it lowered, get some wheels, get everything you want to do to it, and then if you still want the EFI, then you get the EFI.
yeah, because that motor has a lot of life left in it.
And I mean, I can't take that truck like we did the white truck, but the frame is nasty. So on the brown truck.
Oh, on old Mac?
Yeah. Just power steering leaks over the years and just grime. I just want to steam clean it,
Yeah, we can do that.
you know, clean it up.
We can put it on that lift and then steam clean it.
What lift?
Oh, we don't have a lift?
No.
Oh.
We could take it to Killian's. They have a lift outside, a drive-on lift outside,
Oh, hey, look at there.
and just take the total truck over there and clean it outside.
I was daydreaming. I thought we had a lift. Be nice when we have a lift.
It'll be nice.
Yeah. Working on the ground right now.
We got old Mac, and then we've got that other short bed out there, the 74. It's got some Oldsmobile motor in it, and we're just going to make
It's a big block.
a street destroyer.
Isn't it a big block?
No, sir.
I don't know. I really don't. We're going to try to get that running at some point.
For the fun of it.
Yeah. But another thing that's coming up,
LS Fest.
LS Fest is coming up in about a month. And I feel like we're going to go to that. We're definitely going to that.
I want to go.
Yeah, we're going.
And it's going to be a whole nother vibe because,
Way different.
first of all, you're going to see everything in the world, everything under the sun with an LS in it. But you're also going to see a lot of performance.
They're going to be doing a lot of drag racing.
Drag racing and just overkill performance vehicles.
Yeah.
Like you got a truck with 10-inch wide tires on it that's got 1,500 horsepower, you know, twin turbos sticking all out of the hood and madness.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot different. So I'm excited to go to that show because I've never been to an LS Fest.
Me neither.
And and it's anything that has you can't bring it unless it has a LS or a newer LT motor in it. Mm-hmm. So kind of limits you on what you can bring. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's LS swapped.
A lot. I mean, Josh, our wiring guy,
yeah, he's got
drove
Jeeps.
over here in an older Jeep with a 6.0 in it.
Mm-hmm. Jeep. He's got the RX 7.
Yep.
I mean, it's the way to go.
There's guys with dang shopping carts with LSs on them.
the mail truck.
Yeah.
There's mail trucks with LSs in it.
The Cadillacs, I was like, wow, that bell housing on that transmission is the same bolt pattern as an LS.
Really?
Just put an LS in a Cadillac.
Seriously?
We could, but we don't need to.
You can make it front-wheel drive?
You wouldn't even pull the transmission out. You just pull the engine out and put the new engine there.
Really?
Bolt it to the same transmission.
Full corn.
No, like sweet corn.
That would be sweet.
It would be, but it's...
Yeah, the 500s, the 500 big blocks are going strong.
Well, and if you were going to do anything to the Cadillac, it would be that EFI.
EFI.
Yeah.
That would definitely be the ticket.
Yeah, because then the nightmare of putting the LS in the Cadillac would be all the gauges. That's what steers me away. Like when people talk about doing it, I'm like, man, you can get it in there and get it running, but then making your gauges work and I want everything to work like it used to.
Would that be where you go to painless wiring, like painless, and say, hey, here's what I've got?
I don't know. I don't know wiring that deep.
I don't either. Maybe Josh could do that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, the Speedo would still work because you're using the same transmission. I guess it would work. I guess it wouldn't be that bad.
I have no idea, dude.
I don't either. But I think we should leave it alone. There's not a thing wrong with that engine.
It's going to be sad when that one sells. We did sell a Cadillac Thursday.
We did.
Last Thursday, a Cadillac left, and it went to Fort Worth.
Yep. We sold the 1974 Eldorado, and we have the 73 left.
We got it. Going to fix the brakes on that one today.
Yeah, we had a debacle. The day before the guy showed up to get the 74, I took it on a farewell ride, and the right front caliper started locking up. So the next morning, we couldn't get a caliper in time.
No, it wouldn't show up till 3:30.
So, and the caliper was only $26, so it's not like
it wasn't crazy.
No, but the part number on the 73 was the same part number, so we pulled the 73 in, stole the caliper off of it to put on the 74,
and we're good to go.
And it drove away.
Dude, we drove that thing. Me and that guy drove it forever. I bet we were gone an hour.
That's the longest test drive I've ever seen.
Yeah. We just drove it all over the place.
I mean,
got pulled over.
When you were gone that long, my brain starts like, oh, man, well, that guy left his truck here, so I don't think he did this. But then I'd keep checking out there to make sure his truck was here. Like, oh, they stole the Cadillac and Chase. You know what I'm saying?
They'd bring me back. They'd bring me back real quick. We went all the way down to Walmart warehouse and got pulled over by a state trooper. And he was like, when's the last time this thing's had registration? And it was like 01. I was like, man, we're just test driving. He's like, where are y'all coming from? He's like, what y'all doing way out here?
Of all the driving we've done in those cars, and the day somebody comes to...
Luckily, I showed him my insurance, and we were good, and gave us a warning.
That's nice.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Mr. State Trooper.
Yeah. What else can we talk about? We got to get working on this truck because we want to take it to LS Fest.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of little details to iron out.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's down to the knick-knacky stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that if you don't keep your head down, you don't get a lot done. Mm-hmm. So it's like the worst part about working on projects for me, I remember back in the day, especially when you're trying to make stuff low. Because there's no greater reward than doing a bunch of cutting and modifying and then setting the truck on the ground and being like, "Ooh, look how good it looks on the ground."
But now you got to make it go up and down.
Right. But you want to stand back and look at. I want to stand back and look at things.
Yeah, when we put the interior in that truck,
Yeah,
how long did we sit
look
there?
how good. It looks so tight. La, 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 la.
We sat in the truck and we're just chilling and like admiring all the work and like.
And that's why I'll always be a kid on the inside, is because of those moments like that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's exciting.
But if you get the wire loom on this section of wire and stand back and stare at it for 20 minutes, you're gonna have a long time ahead of you of knick-knack projects to knock out. So,
and then, or if you have to go up to the office and shoot a podcast for an hour and a half, or or whatever. But
we watched the show coverage video
twice.
Yeah, and it's
great.
We're very happy. I was worried about a lot of those shots.
You did a lot of filming, Russell. I'm telling y'all. Russell got to the show and he took the camera, the big camera and the gimbal, and he would not give it up. He was in it. He was into it.
I love shows.
Yeah.
I love shows. And it just took me back, bro. It just took me back.
It was fun. I enjoyed making some TikToks.
Yeah.
Making some little shorts and doing them there. That was cool.
I talked to the guy from Acme Chassis Factory too. Super cool guy. Mm-hmm. I really want one.
So for a bagged vehicle?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you just buy the chassis and it's done, and you just throw all your components on there and you're ready to roll.
And I've got a truck in my head, like a style of a truck I want to build, and it would require some different dimensions on a chassis. And I talked to him about that, and we can do that. He was very open to making changes and doing things differently, and it was all right in around the same budget. It wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
And for what you're getting from that guy, compared to the amount of work that it is to get to that point, it's worth the money.
Because how much would it cost you to do that yourself?
I mean, you could do it a lot cheaper yourself, but what's your time worth?
Yeah. How long is that going to take you?
A long time, because he's got all the stuff figured out. Mm-hmm. Like me.
It's not a lot of, like, I'll take this back to like the pressure washing. Mm-hmm. It's not how long it takes you to get something done. Like, if I can clean your house in 30 minutes and I charge you $200, or somebody else does it in 2 hours and still charges you $200, you're not paying for the time. You're paying for the knowledge and the know-how and just everything. You're paying for their expertise.
Right.
So you're paying for that, ease and operation, and knowing that somebody else they spent the time knowing exactly how to do that.
Yeah. And with something like that, I've got the confidence in a product like that, okay, I'm going to buy a chassis from this guy. Mm-hmm. As soon as it gets here, I'm going to bust it down and take it and get it powder coated.
Yeah.
Basically.
So you're ready.
You're ready. You're building your truck a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Because chassis fabrication is a lot of work. And a lot of times it's guesswork, especially if you don't truly know what you're doing. I mean, I can make it work. I can do it. But it's
ready.
Ease. Yeah. Simple, ease, nice.
How much was one of those chassis?
They start at 10, And
it's ready for bags.
Yes. And they have a coilover chassis also.
Oh, really?
Yes. They have a different version, coilovers.
And there were several manufacturers besides Acme that
GSI.
does this. Yeah.
GSI has one. Chassis Fab has one. Roadster Shop, Art Morrison, TCI.
So just find the one that you like.
Right. And they all have comparable chassis.
Yeah.
Prices vary depending. And they also all have prices on bare chassis as opposed to built out rollers. Okay. So you can take it all the way up to big brakes.
Can you have them powder coated and put the big brakes on and everything?
I imagine.
Yeah. And so it just comes to you.
Yeah. You can get it where it comes to you as a complete roller. Oh. And all you do is throw your wheels on it and put the body on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can go to that point.
White truck.
That's what I want it for.
I already knew it.
That's what I want to build. And they call them OBSs, whatever. And it's 88 to 98. I want to build one of those a little more like the 90s, man. A little, when I was growing up and wanted one of those trucks, because all the cool kids had a short, wide 88 to 98.
Yeah.
And there was a specific style in that era, and I want to kind of pay homage to that style. I know the paint scheme. I know everything.
Russell's already got this truck built out in his head. It's just not down on paper.
And with a chassis like that,
just go at it.
It's paint and body work.
And that's what
you know what I'm saying?
Do.
Like, yeah.
You're the paint and body
I
guy.
would much rather spend a month and a half doing paint and body work than 2 months building the chassis, then 2 months doing paint and body, then interior. You know, it cuts out a lot of the work.
So we would
and I want bagged and bodied, baby. I want them rockers on the ground.
So we want to body it?
That's what that chassis does.
Oh, it just
baby.
You don't even got
stock flow.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the cost.
Oh yeah, it is a big cost.
So take $10,000 and take the whopping $400 we have in the truck.
That is true. We got a super clean truck for $400,
man. How I found this truck is I was on Marketplace and I was looking at a house that was for sale. And so I was looking at the house. I was flipping through the pictures on Marketplace, and all of a sudden I see a picture in the backyard. There's a white OBS with a ladder rack in the back of it. And I'm like, hold up. I immediately pick up the phone and call, and I'm like, hey, is that truck for sale? And they're like, yeah, I guess so. Because they're cleaning the house up to get it ready for sale. And I go and look at it, and I'm like, hey, they only wanted $500 for it.
And you still found a way to get them out of another $100.
I had to pay for a wrecker, which is owned by my friend Adam. And Adam kind of did me a favor. So, yeah. So we got a truck for $400.
And it's a pretty straight truck. I mean, it is white, so the dents don't show as bad, but it is still a pretty straight truck.
Yeah, I think
solid interior.
We've already pulled the motor. Sold that.
And we have an LT here for it.
We do. We have a 5.3. No, wait.
Yeah, we have a 5.3 with a 6-speed.
Oh, that's where that motor's going, because we have 3 motors sitting up at the shop, and we're trying to figure out where all they go.
The 5.3 is for the OBS. The 6.2 is for your brown truck, and then the other 6.2 is for Brandon's Jeep.
Yeah, Brandon's getting the Jeep done.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of engines.
They just showed up.
Just one day.
It was like one day we didn't have any, and then we had 4.
And we already have one in a truck. So the white truck's got the LS in it. And so, so we'd have 10, 14. Interior's going to be another 6.
Yeah.
At least. 6. We got 16.
If we could cut some money on the interior if we did a few painted. Man, I want blood red. Well, I don't know. If you're just doing carpet and seat, that truck doesn't even have a headliner. So you could do paint everywhere in there. But
you wouldn't want to do a headliner and all that?
I don't know.
Make it nice on the inside?
We could make it nice. We could do that. We need a donor truck for those parts.
No, we just buy it all.
Because it doesn't have... I'd rather have the original stuff.
You would? Okay.
Than aftermarket stuff.
All right.
If you can...
There's a guy on Marketplace selling all the parts.
This is my opinion. Anytime you can get original parts, whether it be fenders and hoods and beds or interior pieces, they're going to fit better than the aftermarket stuff. There's times when you don't have a choice. Yeah.
So just like the dash cover we got for the white square body, it doesn't fit right.
Right. Well, and you like when you start doing fenders and doors and hoods, every body guy will tell you a horror story about aftermarket parts.
They're just not good.
They're good. I mean, they're better than nothing.
Absolutely.
But to make them fit properly, like there's a lot of people that go out there and just put them on. That looks good. But it doesn't look good.
The gaps aren't right.
Gaps, adjustments, just overall fitment sometimes is subpar. There are things you can do. There's modifications. You'll be modifying a brand new part.
Yeah.
But it will make all the difference in how it fits. But you'll still have to modify OEM parts sometimes to get things perfect. But they're gonna come out of the box. They're gonna come off the donor vehicle better than an aftermarket part most of the time.
Well, cool. We've got a lot of the parts already for that truck.
For what truck?
The white truck.
Oh,
the, The OBS.
Oh, yeah. We've got a drop kit, which the Acme, he does use the same. His kits are based on the Beltec spindle.
Okay.
We could still use all the same shocks. The springs and the flip kit would be the only thing we didn't use.
I'm sure we could find another OBS to put that on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, cool. We got a lot of stuff we got to get done.
Yes, let's get to work.
Yeah, let's get to work.
Well, that's
podcast number 3. I've been doing what's making me happy. Have you?
Me too. I enjoyed this weekend so much.
I was so pumped. I couldn't go to bed that night.
We
stayed up here talking forever.
Well, I texted my wife. I was like, okay, we're leaving Corsicana now. And then she told me last night, she was like, okay, don't text him. It's not been enough time. I was like, well, Chase and I kind of stayed at the shop for another 30 minutes.
Daydreaming and just talking about everything that we want to do.
Yeah, and because it was fun. It's inspiring to see other people building their rides and doing their rides and getting to go out there and see it all and kind of feel like you're falling back into that old world. Mm-hmm. It was fun.
It was fun. Guys, I hope y'all are doing what makes you happy, because I know we are right now. And I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It's podcast number 3. And we look forward to many more podcasts, and we'll see y'all next time.
Do what makes you happy.
For sure.